Good morning. Good morning. I looked at my last video and realized that most of it does not have audio. So this morning I'm being very, very careful to make sure I do not touch that little button on my microphone. And I've only got a few minutes to hop on and chat, but I just read something that said, and it's on my mind, and so I want to say something about it. It talks about the restored, but the title of it was The Restored Widow. What does that really mean? The restored means to put something back the way that it was. Well, you can't be restored and be a widow, because in order to restore you, you've got to go back to being whole, made whole. So should I say yes to being a restored widow? But that means that I've got to go back and be made whole as a widow. I don't want to. I guess what I'm trying to say is, since God told me the morning that Robert passed, as I was walking out of the hospital, I didn't bring water. Don't call yourself a widow. Call yourself my bride. You are my bride. How is it that I would call myself a widow after I clearly heard him say that? I don't think I can. I know I say it sometimes just for clarity for other people, but it's kind of like the situation where where Jesus was coming up to Lazarus, or Jesus was telling the disciples about Lazarus. He said, "Yeah, we must go and awaken Lazarus." And the disciples said, "Awaken Lazarus? Is he sleeping?" And Jesus, he's dead. We've got to go raise him from the dead. So it's kind of the way it is whenever I tell people that I'm have to use the word widowed. Uh, but for me to be restored would be to have my husband return to me. Is that impossible? Nothing's impossible with God. With God, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible with God. Do I want to be restored? Yes, I do. There are a lot of things in my life I want restored. My relationship with my children, I want that restored. Not to what it was, but to a better. I want it restored and then better, because that's the way God does things. He doesn't give us anything that is not better than what it was. I looked out in my garage, and the tape and bed needs to be redone in my garage. And I asked the Lord, I said, "Is this your best?" I already know the answer. It's not. It's not his best. His best would be everything would be, the tape and bed would be done. It would be painted. It would just be 100% complete. But that doesn't mean that it can't be. So when somebody says, "Let's restore this," I have a 300-year-old rocking chair in my bedroom that was hand carved. And my first husband, Eddie, and I took it to, we kept it after my dad passed. And we took it to, he took it to the furniture shop in Greenville, Texas, to have him completely renovate it, not restore it. He brought it back to, wow, does it look amazing. And he told me later that David is his name. said if it had stayed there much longer, it wouldn't have been worth trying. But David is amazing, and that chair looks like it did when it was probably when it was first carved. The lions on it's got lion heads on it, and um, all the carvings and stuff like that. That was totally restored. It is gorgeous. Everything that I've asked David to do for me, every piece of antique that I've asked him to redo for me, he has totally done. And it is beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. So that is restored. Relationships restored. They can't go back to the way that they were because the two people have changed. So when you ask God to restore a relationship, I think that what that really means just is you got to go back to that bottom layer, to the foundation of the relationship. Is the what does the foundation look like? It's like building a house. What is the foundation of a house like? What is the foundation of a relationship? If the foundation is not good, then the rest of the house is not good. If the foundation of a relationship is not good, the rest of it's built on sand and it shall fall. So let's go back to the foundation of the relationship and fix it there, and then build from there. Then build from there. And anywhere in the relationship that is broken, then let's fix that. Let's not just fix it. And let's do the right thing. Invite God into it. Let's have a relationship with the Lord and with the other person, and let's come together. Let's find out what do you fear? What does the other person fear? Let's get rid of the fear. And when we get rid of the fear and find out what is the lie that we're believing in this relationship. Oh, I just heard that you won't be there for me. Kind of like my daughter. I think that's might be what she believes, that I won't be there for her. So it's just better for me not to be there at all and her not to have high hopes or expectations than it is to have a relationship and always be afraid. Well, why can't we just go back and fix that lie? Speak the truth. The truth is I'll always be there for her. Even after this body passes, I'll always be there for her because I'm in her heart. I'm in her DNA. I'm all in her life. I'm one with God. She's one with God. God's one with us, and He put us together. When she was in my womb, I started having internal bleeding, and I went to a doctor and who said we're going to have to abort this baby so that we can go in and fix this. And I said, no, no, I'm not aborting. I would rather die myself than abort my child at the time. And I lived through, she lived through. Obviously, I changed doctors, and everything was good. I had a beautiful baby girl whom I adored. Probably didn't do things right at the very beginning, since after I gave birth to her, my body was convulsing on the table. And then they put a baby on top of me. Here, let me have you flopping around like a fish out of water and put a baby on you. That wasn't very smart. But, and so I said, get this baby off of me, give it to her, give her to her dad. Yeah. because I had plenty of time to bond with her. I love my daughter. I don't know if she'll ever see any of my videos or anything to do with me. I don't know. That's up to God. But the lie that I won't be there for her is exactly that. It's a lie. The truth is, the love of God is always there. The truth is, you can't stop me from loving you. The truth is, I will love you throughout eternity because we do. When you love somebody, you love them. And I will love her throughout eternity. So, restored. I do want God to restore our relationship after the foundation is. It doesn't even have to be restored. Why can't it start off new? It can. God is so good that He just loves us through anything. Oh, wow. This is not exactly the way I thought things were going to be, because I was going to talk about Holy Spirit and all kinds of things I read this morning, but no, this is not exactly it. But anyway, just wanted to come on and say that real quick and let y'all know that ask God for restoration. But if you are a widow, have been widowed, please don't call yourself a widow. Call yourself a bride. You are the bride of Christ. You are the bride of Christ. When you said, "Hey, move in. Let's be one. I believe in you." Or I believe you. That's the only thing God ever asked us to do is believe. Believe only. We don't have to say a long drawn out prayer. We just believe only. So bless y'all. Have a good day today, and I'll see you later. All right. Bye.